Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
How you kids doing? Weekend Asshole Consulting, banging it out. This is a long one. Hey Cap, I've seen a bunch of your videos and got some great advice from you, especially request videos. As anonymity is key, I'm a little hesitant to pour out my bio and stats in a random box. That being said, for a quick background, I'm 41, extroverted, introverted, an accomplished drummer and musician, not rich nor famous, good savings in a financial sense, have my own home, great career, dog, don't want to identify it there. But the problem has always been feeling comfortable in my own skin, feeling comfortable talking to people without the buzz of anxiety racing through me, all right? So you're 41. It doesn't sound... If you were 21, I'd be like, okay, all right, what disease did your teachers and parents who were absent tell you you didn't? You had, but you don't have. So I'm just going to assume that this is a little bit more legitimate than... Oh, my God. At 4, I was diagnosed... Like... all this time, I've done extroversion work, meetups, barbecues, hangouts, clubs, shows, dating, speed dating, house, self-help, psychiatrist, psychologist, I still don't know the difference, talking to people at gigs, softball, volleyball, sports watching. Oh, man, you put yourself through that. Man, you're serious. Yeah, you really, it's like the chemotherapy. Oh, it's bad. All the online dating stuff. Anyway, I wanted to get a quick bio and some info out there and see if it's worth your time for me to send out a more fleshed out description. Thanks. His real name is Jimmy. And I said, okay, well, I got some tentative theories, but give me more. Not necessarily bio information, but why you're experiencing angst. What is the introverted, extroverted? I never heard of that. Do you feel anxiety in every social situation, or does it abate after you know somebody? Do you mind being alone, or you even prefer being alone? Does this anxiety cost you anything in life? Is your life not going the way you want because of this anxiety? Or is it just an annoying side consequence? Your life is going as well as you'd expect it to? He writes, I've been busy with family all week. Going to a meetup walk. So, you asked what an extroverted introvert was. As a lifelong introvert, I love being by myself, practicing composing work on art, do-it-yourself projects, lounging on the couch, basically not have to deal with anyone's BS or small talk. I'm 1,000 times more comfortable as a listener as opposed to a talker. The extrovert in me is not afraid or opposed to venture out, meet people, go to events, barbecue dates, adventure, go with myself. On the other hand, while I still go to these places, large big box stores with artificial lighting, big crowds, noisy, shitty traffic or long drives, cramped concert with drunks, idiots, or tons of kids around is not my cup of tea. Dude, you just described me. I think you described anybody who has the slightest bit of self-respect and hasn't been completely indoctrinated like, well, it's okay if the kid shits in Walmart's aisles, you know? And then he gives me a little bit more. I've been watching a lot of your request videos like You're Living the Dream Annoyingly, Normal is Inferior, Chasing Excellence versus Chasing Women, etc., as well as Rich Cooper's Entrepreneurs and Cars videos, which are also very helpful, even though I have to suffer through his What's Up My Brother from Another Mother line every time the 90s called, and it just puked at its mouth a little bit. Oh, picking on Rich. Anyways, back to getting it. I have been living the dream unknowingly. I have surreal art on my walls. I've traveled. I have a career I love. I make interesting, original, and downright sleazy music. Over 20 albums worth of original music with badass musician brothers that isn't played on regular radio because people won't understand. Excellent. Well, yeah, can't you just go like SoundCloud or something? I mean, throw it up on YouTube, man. But right here, I've always been artistic, and on my first try, taught myself and created some badass epoxy art the other day, if I do say so myself. Like you, I'm right-leaning, always have been, and not some liberal whiny pants, soy boy, smelly purple hair, give me free shit, men suck, blame on everything, Yeah, I think you might have a career in podcasting. Bush, now Trump. I don't have kids, I have never been married, and after all my years of dating women, be it with never ever again or without kids. What you and others have said is spot on. Religion means nothing to me, I'm fine with that. But the catch is it's been all this time that I haven't put my own hand on my own shoulder and said, this is okay, and really believed it. who you are, what you like and dislike is okay. I've won in life and lost in life, and that's okay. But nobody wins all the time. That's what everybody thinks. That they all think, oh, I'm never going to win. You're supposed to lose at life. And then you win. It's almost too simple to grasp. The pull of a... Oh, dude, you'd be surprised how often Occam's razor is accurate. And I'll answer your question here. The pull of what other people think or say of you, what the world says you should be, is hard to break from, even though I've unknowingly done the dream all my life. Yeah, and by 41, you should know not to listen to people. You should know that everyone who even if they had it, they lose it because, again, the artificial environment of school goes away. You can't live on debt forever. By 41, the wheat definitely starts separating from the chaff, and you probably should know that you're down the right path. Even though I've unknowingly done the dream all my life. I've been so hard on myself for all the wrong reasons for so many years, thinking I wasn't good enough, that I was flawed for liking the things I like because some fetch with no talent or accomplishment said some bullshit. Are you saying Cardi B is talentless? Are you saying that she is only in our face because some corporate executives with billions of dollars of capital put her in front of our face? I can't believe that. But like I said, I'm starting to get it. I hope this isn't some self-help book glow that wears off after 3 days, but I don't think so. I've been chasing excellence in women at the same time. I've succeeded in my own way, but I've experienced everything from great music to fine women to art to sports to culture to travel to the one of the only rubs is I'm slightly over 40, don't have a girlfriend or legitimately any prospects at the moment, which is kind of sad. Then again, I'm not the same man I was even a week ago. So there's that. And some of my original requests, I get a video on the above about some guy kicking his own ass improperly for years and years, while in one hand chasing experiencing excellence, and in the other hand kind of being a Sally bitch, but finally starting to get it. Your money's on the way. Ba 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 da ba. Buy yourself a nice cigar and sky. I did right here. It wasn't. I just bought a cigar today because I wanted to. But your money did help go to pay for that, and then it also helped pay for my espresso and tiramisu that I got at Baccio in Bloomington. And it was very nice, very good, the best tiramisu. All right, let's go. There's two main things I may have to revisit your notes here. The first one, and this is rare. This is very rare, because usually people who aren't comfortable in social situations is because they're weak, they're cowards, they don't want to put in the effort to be social, they don't want to leave the house, because they're scaredy cats, which I have no time for. You have not done that. You have put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and that I would almost say is the definition of being a man. I mean, I hate lifting weights. It's uncomfortable. It's pain. Some people hate running. But we do it because it builds us. It forces down our fears, or it just builds up our tolerance to pain, and that's what life is. So you've actually gone out, you have seen a woman's vagina, after your birth, and so I'm not worried about it at all. And what you said was key, where you said you're happiest by yourself, and there is nothing wrong with that. Some people are tall, some people are short, some people are big, some people are thin, some people have brown eyes, some people have blue eyes, and some people are extroverts and some people are introverts. You happen to be introverted. And what I think a lot of legitimate, healthy introverts, because introvert is not pejorative, it's just a preference, it's the way you are. I think a lot of introverts try to be social because that's what society tells them to be, when you're capable of it, but you're going to hate it. You know, it's like forcing me to play basketball in the NBA. Well, actually, that'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind. I'd get my ass trounced. I don't know if they ever give me the ball. But it would be painful for the audience and both teams playing with me. I am not cut out to play professional basketball. You are not cut out to be Mr. Social swinging guy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What I would do, and since you're about my age, and this is why I'm kind of trying to make some changes now, is look at your life in terms of it having an expiry date, which it does, but I mean really thinking about it, because I'm thinking I got at best 20 years, maybe 25, maybe I'll make it to 70. So I'm looking at the last third of my life. Do I want to try to be somebody I'm not? Now, I am who I am, but in my particular case, it's more, do I want to work all the time and do all this shit, or do I want to go golf, ride motorcycles, and eat some tiramisu? And so I'm choosing the latter because I want to have fun in my life. I want to at least have first 20 years sucked balls. Second 20 years was more sucking balls, but challenging, figuring on it. And dude, the last 20 years, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have fun. I think you should focus on that. You should make sure that the last, hopefully half of your life is better than the hell it must have been trying to be an extrovert when you are genetically, psychologically hardwired to be an introvert. You don't like going to bars and nightclubs with loud shit and the dumbass sports ball going, really? You don't like it when people's kids are yelling and screaming when you're trying to have like a coffee or a cigar or whatever? No kidding, really? Well, yeah, stay at home, man. Dude, I wish I could stay at home. That'd be wonderful. Just be wonderful. Because you then alleviate yourself of this huge variable you don't control, and that's other people. You just cut them all out of your life. I'm not saying go be a hermit unless you really want to. But man, if you're happy staying at home, making your music, painting your art, and you're truly happy, why would you fuck with that? And if anything, you're worried about this being so simple, it is that simple. Just do what you want to do. Be at home. There's nothing wrong with it. You've held down a job, so it's not like you're antisocial. It's not like you can't get along with people. But yeah, I don't like going shopping. I don't like going to Best Buy. I don't like going to Target. I don't like going to Walmart. That's why I do go to these places. It's usually like midnight or later when I do my grocery shopping. So there's no lines, there's no people, there's no noise. A lot of people, just because you're constantly in the environment, and the environment of especially the United States has crescendoed up in terms of loudness, where in part because of advertising, digital advertising, loud music, and the people themselves have just become shit. Where, I mean, even today I was sitting over at the grocery store, got a sandwich, me and my buddy were hanging out, and some fat lard of a woman had her phone blasted up, not music, just like listening to some YouTube, like everyone had to hear that. That didn't happen 30 years ago. People were more polite. The little snot-nosed kid that's running around because the parents aren't going to spank it or discipline it, and they'll just blame it on the ahid-dahid-dahis, or the autisms or the Asperger's. They won't actually, well, maybe we're just crappy parents. That's not. It is an assault. It is a raping of your ears and your senses going out with the normies, conformies, and inferiors. Right? And forget normies, conformities, and inferiors. Just mature people that would like peace and quiet. This is where I do appreciate Switzerland in one regard, and it's very, very quiet. They are more mature people. They are more adult. They are more responsible. Almost too responsible. They're almost too stuck up. I didn't feel comfortable there. But it's the country is just a big library. It's just really quiet all the time. Here in the United States, oh hell no. No. Girlfriend's got to make noise, you got to play your phones loud, dumbass kids driving their cars with the music blasted up, kids running around screaming. No. No self-respecting person, introvert or not, deserves that hell. And neither do you. So there's nothing wrong with you not liking that. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's not calm, it's not peaceful, it's not relaxing. I mean, there's really only one place I go to in the Twin Cities anymore, and that's, aside from Sebastian Joe's, and that's W.A. Frost. And the number one reason I go there is the jazz is just barely playing in the background, and everyone is old and quiet, and I can just relax. It's very relaxing. I don't even really go there for the food. The food's marginal. It's just, oh, here's a place that's calming and relaxing. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with you being agitated by that stuff. There's nothing wrong with you being an introvert and wanting to stay in with your art and everything. You've given it your shot, so you've unturned that rock. You've left no stone unturned. At 41, I think you could safely conclude that you're a healthy guy who is a perfectly fine, normal man who just happens to be introverted. And you know what? I would celebrate that fact. What am I doing tonight? I'm gonna watch Kelly's Heroes. We're gonna just sit and chill. You're gonna go out, get some food, have Uber Eats. You don't want to deal with lines? Go do Uber Eats. Because you're functional and healthy in every other way. And so I think you should stop punishing yourself. Now, the second thing, where'd it go? I haven't put on my old shoulder and said this is okay and really believed it. You are who you are and you like what you like. It's okay. I want it life and ba ba ba. And this is the second thing I want to point out. Yes, now is the time for you to put your hand on your shoulder or pay me to tell you to put your hand on your shoulder. It's up to you whether you actually want to believe it. And as a third-party independent person, you can believe it because it's true. That's just my viewpoint, you know. And I know I'm right because I'm me. Aaron Cleary, the man 100% right all the time. Until he admits he's wrong, because then he was right admitting it was wrong. Anyway, what was I going to say? Break, even though I've known living the dream. Oh, and here's the other thing. Let's talk about the dream. And I asked if you're comfortable, if you're happy, if you're doing, you know, and you're like, yeah, maybe I have lived the dream. I have been living the dream for a while. Maybe it's okay. When you make the dream, when you make it, there is no parade. There are no cheerleaders. The mayor does not come out with the sash and give a speech and give you the keys to the city. Making it is not a clearly demarcated line like a marathon. You work, you work, you work. Your nose is stuck in the bottom strata of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you realize, last week, a month ago, maybe even years ago, you've made it this entire time. It's just you've been struggling so long and your mind's been occupied on other things. You don't realize you've made it. All of a sudden, you're sitting on a house where there's only a 20% mortgage left on it. You got a fully funded IRA. You don't have no debts. You're happy doing what you want. You have 100% in total and complete freedom. You didn't fuck up. You didn't commit crimes. You didn't get somebody pregnant. You didn't, accidentally get pregnant. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You don't have student loan. I mean, you're winning. But there's no parade that's going to come marching down your place. And then we wanted to announce that Jimmy has made it. And Jimmy, you now get a swath of big-breasted redheads with poor decision-making skills who are drunk and horny. And not only is there no celebration or clear line, okay, you have made it. There's very, very, very few people. I'd almost argue this is one of the most lonely places on earth you can be when you make it and realize just how few people make it. We were, me, the Great One, and Adam Piggott were talking about this. Especially the Great One. He's like, God damn it, I gotta go back to Colorado. I'm like, what's wrong? I like Colorado. He's like, yeah, but there's no, you know, there's 1, 2, maybe 3 guys a continent that could get together and have this great philosophical conversation. Otherwise, him, me, Terrence Popp, Cooper, Rollo, out of the billions of men on this planet, there's less than 1/1000th of 1% of genuine people that are going to be your peers who actually make it. The vast majority of people are up to their necks in debt. They have jobs they hate. They're barely finally maybe coming around to being an adult that can function and interact and realize that partying like a Tina is not the point and purpose in life. They usually have some kids by now, which adds a tremendous amount of financial, psychological, and emotional stress. And because of the debts and their stupid decisions and their lack of financial planning, they're plugged into the matrix and they're never coming out. They're never coming out. And so there's a handful of Neos and Morpheuses and the chick with the short hair and Cypher. Cypher was almost smart enough to want to go back into the matrix. There's only a handful. And so there's not going to be a lot of people to celebrate. About the closest sizable community I have found of guys who have made it and are living the dream are old retired dudes at the golf course. And you know what they do? They're not driving Ferraris or taking out cigarette speedboats or anything. They golf, they drink coffee, and they hang out with each other, and they don't wear fancy clothes. And they don't even drive. Some of them do. Some of them, I'll admit that. Especially down in Florida, some of those guys were driving some pretty fancy, but they're like the new Yakas. And I guess you just got to buy a Mercedes if you're living in Florida and you're from New York and you're a guy over 60. But the vast majority of the men who have, women as well, who have won at life are old retired dudes. And they're not out partying. Woo! They're just sitting having their coffee, reflecting on their life and saying, yeah, we're pretty lucky we live nowadays. And maybe I'll golf. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. So there's not a celebration. There's not a hip hip hooray. There is no parade, no mayor with the sash giving you the key to the city, and no big-breasted redheaded cheerleaders hinting that they want you to take them home later. I mean, you guys know me. You've seen it. You know, I'm always by myself. I'm always riding outside. That's what it is. That's what it's like to be living the dream. I think back in the day, living the dream in America meant you had a family and a kid and a house with the white picket fence. That was the American dream. Now, because of obvious risks of getting married, the risks of having kids, living the dream, I would say, is more being debt-free. But those are financial markers. Those are mathematical, binary, yes, no, 0, 1 markers. Whether spiritually, psychologically, emotionally you're living the dream, I don't think that's possible. Because there simply is not a critical mass of people, especially at the age of 41, for you to have your peer group and go celebrate and have fun with. So that's another thing where you're like, gee, have I been living the dream all this time? Yeah. And it's not like Avengers Infinity War. It's not like Die Hard. It's not this roller coaster constant ride. It's just peace, calm, serenity, and stability. And which is great. It's rare. You should be, I mean, I never understood this. Like, when I paid off my house, I had a party. I invited everybody from across the United States that I knew to come over. We got boats and we had a grand old time because that was like total freedom. Then I find out like a couple of my other friends paid off their house. I'm like, why didn't you celebrate? I'm like, well, that's something people don't even celebrate. Even when people make, you know, the dream, they don't even celebrate. And you're like, huh. Okay, maybe. All right, well, never mind then. I guess no, I'm going to celebrate. I don't know about you. So yeah, that's probably another reason why it's not been that clear to you. Like, have I been living the dream? Because it's not that obvious you are. You know, you kind of slide into it. It's a marathon without a finish line, and then all of a sudden you look at your watch, you're like, you ran 32 miles, not 26. You're like, whoa, when? You've been living the dream for a while. So yeah. Anyway, no, time to set yourself free, man. Don't ruin your dream by torturing yourself psychologically that you have to be extroverted. Be comfortable in your introversion because that's who you are. It'd be like me getting pissed off because I have brown eyes or I'm short. There's no reason to get pissed off about that because you don't control it. Nor is it any reason to celebrate. No, I'm with the blue eye crowd. Brown eye. Sorry, brown eye. I'm brown eye power. We only make up 80% of the population. The brown-eyed supremacy. So there you go. Go, have fun, and don't expect excitement. Don't expect, just be happy you get to binge on Victor Borga DVDs and watch TV and Gunsmoke and do your art. Because I got to be out there. I actually have to have. God almighty, it's so bad I even go and play with my nieces. Those are like my best friends now. I play with them because they actually go and play. They're also cute as hell. I love those kids. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. AssholeConsulting.com. Oh, by the way, Worthless Degree Awareness Month, because all the kids are graduating. Make great high school graduation gifts. Worthless. This is for you, man. You should read this. Curse with the High IQ. That's for smart people. Reconnaissance Man. That's another great graduation gift. And Bachelor Economics. All mandatory reading for young men and women that are bold enough to read it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.